Finally awake, hmm? Have a seat. Go on, before you keel over. Anthony, the medic, he said you're a fall risk, and I don't want blood all over my cabin. The crew is plenty tired of scrubbing blood out of the floorboards. Oh, relax. I won't do anything to you. You seem perfectly capable of hurting yourself. And you, see the dilemma I have on my hands, don't you? My crew stumbles across a stranger, adrift on the open ocean, and they're clinging to a piece of driftwood. Unconscious, suffering from sunstroke and dehydration. So we bring them aboard. But they look familiar. Maybe not to the rest of the crew, but to a keen observer who can see past the bruises and the wear and the general sorry state. You bear a striking resemblance to a certain missing noble. You know your family says you were kidnapped, right? And they're willing to pay quite the reward to whoever can bring you back alive. But there is a flaw in this plan. See, any kidnapper would have demanded a ransom by now, and your family would have happily paid it. This is the sort of thing they would want to keep up under wraps, as they say. But once the rumors of a marriage alliance between your family and another family of high standing began to circulate, I pieced it together. How much older is your fiancé? 30? 40 years? Powerful, but by no means well liked. And you, showing up now, it confirms my suspicions. You ran away. Don't waste your breath trying to deny it. You can put on commoner's clothes, but you can't hide who you are. Be quiet and listen to me. Do you know how much the reward is? 7,000 gold coins. That could buy me a whole new ship. Tell me truly, do you think you're worth a ship this size? Perhaps more? I bet your fiancé and parents would throw some more coin in there for me to keep my mouth shut about how you ran away of your own volition. Now let me finish. See, not only are you lucky that my men didn't kill you, but because I'm smart enough to know when I'm presented with a good investment. You don't want to go back home to your, quite frankly, ancient fiancé. And you're more used to me if you aren't locked up inside the walls of your family's estate. You see, you are their only heir, of course. They are dependent on you, whether they like it or not. And they want you to marry this fiancé so you can produce another heir, one that would be much easier to control. And they care more about power than they care about you. Am I wrong? Look me in the eyes and tell me I'm wrong. No, you've got it all wrong. I'm different. I care about power, and I'll use you to get it. But I'm not gonna lie to you about it. I won't pretend like I care about you to manipulate you into doing what I want. I'm going to get my way because I have something you need. Protection. You see, with such a big reward, you're not safe in any town in this hemisphere. If I were to let you go in Port Barrel, there would be a dozen bounty hunters on your tail along with local law enforcement the moment you stepped off the ship. So I have a proposal, one that will benefit both of us. You'll have my protection, and I'll have your power. Keep a foot in my world, I keep a foot in yours, and we all get what we want. You are seeking refuge, aren't you? And I'm seeking to strengthen my alliances, as well as forge new ones. Pillaging merchant vessels is all well and good, but we aren't turning enough of a profit. It isn't sustainable, and my crew is getting restless. I have 40 men under my command aboard this war vessel, but I could only do so much with that. The other people of significant standing in my field, they just can't be trusted. They don't fear anything. But if I make a lateral jump, there's so much potential there. Your people, they want what only I can provide. Protest all you like, Your Grace, but tell me, what's to keep me from turning you over to your parents and claiming the reward money for me and my crew? If my people knew who you were, if they knew what I knew, they'd commandeer this ship and pawn you off to the highest bidder. You'll have to forget your rigid moral code if you don't want to go back. And let me remind you what awaits you back home. An aging fiancé with a poor reputation. Family members who will pull your strings like a puppet. And all the freedom of a pretty little bird in a pretty little cage. Help me, Your Grace, and I'll help you. What I want you to do is easy. Really. Though, I'll need you to keep an open mind. By the laws of your country, you can only have one spouse. So a surefire way to guarantee that you're safe from your fiancé is to marry someone else. Listen to me. I need the backing of your good name to expand my enterprise. Unfortunately, those who know of me only know the reputation I formed in my youth, when I was reckless and far more bloodthirsty. No one wants to work with a rather unpredictable and treasonous man like me. But you... Everyone knows how much power your family holds. I'm sure you've experienced firsthand all the people trying to dip their sticky little paws into your family's pockets. But see, I'm not after your money. I'm after your name. See, this is my problem. No one trusts me, not as I am now, and I'm tired of making up for it with the threats and the violence. It's gotten old. I'm sick of it, and the crew is growing restless too. Look, you need protection, I can give you that. I know you don't trust me. What choice do you have? Either I hand you over to your family, or you accept my proposal. You look horrified. Don't worry, Your Grace. It would be a name only. I don't give a damn about producing an heir, because pirates don't give a damn about bloodlines. I don't even need you to do anything other than sign a piece of paper in front of my first mate. After that, you can do as you please, so long as you stay close enough for me to keep you out of trouble. Word will reach your parents, and they won't have power over you any longer. They can't make you marry your fiancé. Not to mention, divorce is quite illegal where you come from. As for me, I'll be forging connections, networking, expanding my reach. See, I need you to get in the pockets of the noble class, because they're the ones who control the trade routes. Smuggling is a lucrative business, but only if you have the right clients. Don't give me that. Don't act like I'm the one ripping you away from your old life when you chose to run away. I'm providing you a great opportunity. There isn't much to think about. The right choice is obvious. That being said, if you'd rather go back home, then I'll let you go. As much faith as you lost in your family, I know you're also hesitant to trust me. I won't force your hand. Okay, fine. I'll compromise. I'll ask for only a year. That's when I need to expand my business. After that, we can forget about the marriage. burn the certificate. You can take your family's riches and start over somewhere new. And in the meantime, I promise I will protect you from your family and anyone else who might try to take advantage of you. I'm not taking advantage of you. I'm taking advantage of the situation. We both have something the other person wants, which makes it a deal, a partnership. Look me in the eyes and tell me you'd rather be married to the corpse you call your fiancé, forced to have a child with them, nothing more than a pawn in your family's game, than just to marry me. I don't want your children. I'm not asking you to give a damn about me, let alone spend the rest of your life with me. I'm not asking you to do goddamn anything other than sign a fucking piece of paper and then take me to the next dinner party you're invited to. Why is that such a problem for you? Yes, it would involve you going back home. But with us married, you'd have nothing to fear. Your parents and your fiancé won't be able to do a thing. They'll have no choice but to work with us. We can promise them an heir. And by the time they find out they won't be getting one, you'll be relaxing in some cottage on the beach an ocean away. It won't be like it was. With me backing you up, they can't push you around anymore. You may be stuck with me, but I'm giving you your freedom back. More than they would ever give you anyway. Sorry, forgive me. Your Grace. I get ahead of myself. You're right. I have this all backwards. Proposing marriage when you don't even know my name. I knew yours, so I suppose I forgot to introduce myself. How about this? If you say yes, I'll tell you my name. It only seems right, considering I'll be your husband. Just say, yes, Your Grace. Nothing bad is gonna happen to you. It's Captain Zulic. To the crew, anyway. But seeing as you'll be my equal, you can call me Killua. Does the name ring any bells? I thought not. I've been keeping to myself lately, waiting for the right moment to pop up again. Anyway, we have plenty of time to sort out the details. I'm sure the crew will want to celebrate. I hope you don't mind bad singing and questionable speeches. I'd say we get it over and done with right now, but it looks like you'll need some time to wrap your head around your predicament. Here, maybe this will help. It's whiskey, not the watered-down ale that the crew drinks. Come on, you're one of us now. It might help if you act like it. Now, how about I take you back to the infirmary? You're exhausted, and I'm sure you need time to process this. I need you to be back in good health as soon as possible. It would be tragic if you passed out during the ceremony. Come on. Alright. Yes, the crew will be expecting a ceremony. They take weddings very seriously. You've only seen their bloodthirsty side, but they're a bunch of romantics at heart. They're gonna be disappointed when they find out we're only gonna be married in name only. Come on, here we are. Lie down. Our medic is probably grumpy that I ordered you to be brought to my quarters. It's best we try to appease him, considering he does so much to keep us alive. Let me sit down on this chair right next to you. You're looking at me if I'm some kind of monster. I'll admit, I'm doing this for selfish reasons. But doesn't it benefit you too? It's not as if I'm keeping you prisoner. I can take you back home, present your parents with our marriage certificate. And you'll have more freedom than you've ever had before. They'll have no legal power over you anymore, since the laws of your country dictate that you will be part of my household instead of theirs. The only repercussions of our union would be the rift it'll cause between you and your family. But it's not as if it wasn't already there. What's more important to you? Their approval or your freedom? Grace, what do you have to fear? I get nothing out of hurting you or killing you or going back on my word. I suppose I'd get a decent amount of money, but it's nothing in comparison to what you and I will be able to do. The crew will be all for it too when they realize the more money I make, the more money they make. And you won't have to obey every single rule of high society. Not when you're on this ship. It's exhausting, isn't it? Always tiptoeing around subjects, watching your words, your actions. It must make for a paranoid people, having to abide by all those rules and regulations. You're free out here. The ocean is unforgiving, but she asks only for respect. After we get married, we'll have to show our faces and spread the word. It isn't a great idea to go back to your hometown, but the capital might be a good idea. Attend a few parties, show me off to your noble friends, get the rumor mill turning. We'll tell them I'm a privateer, a powerful one, and eventually the ants will come crawling out of the woodwork. Barons who want their illegal shipments delivered discreetly, diplomats who need protection while crossing the high seas, and your parents. They won't be able to touch us. If they try to break us apart, it would only cause more scandal. They would have no choice but to go along with it. Your Grace, I can see it. You try to hide it, how scared you are. But what's the worst they can do to you? They can't do anything. Not when you're under my protection. And me, you don't have to be scared of me. I'd only ever hurt you if you try to betray me. And I'm cautiously optimistic that you aren't foolish enough to do that. I mean, I didn't expect you to be enthusiastic, of course. I didn't realize how much it would bother me to see you so uneasy. Here, let me make you a promise. Not a deal, not something that requires anything from you, but an oath. Here. I have this ring. It used to belong to an old friend. I promised I would always look out for him. That I would be loyal to him. We were brothers. Not by blood, but by choice. He's gone now. Though no fault of anyone, really. He was just sick. There's no revenge to be had, unfortunately. Lord knows I would have burned the world for him. I killed to protect him. I would have done anything to save him, and I know he would have done the same for me. We were loyal to a fault. I chose him to be my family, and I'm doing the same now. I promise you on his name, on Gon's name, to do everything I can to protect you. I promise on his name to respect you, to treat you as my equal. And I promise to trust you. I wouldn't be able to do any of this if I didn't think I could trust you. So take this ring as a symbol of that promise. Yes, it's quite big. Here, you can take my necklace too. You can wear it on the chain. Can I put it on you, please? Perfect, thanks. We can shop for a wedding ring that fits when we reach port. I hope you're counting on an extravagant wedding, by the way. I'll put on my nice coat if it helps. I'm afraid you'll be stuck in those hand-me-downs. The seawater ruins your clothes. But soon enough, we'll be able to replace your whole wardrobe. Your Grace, you don't need to be scared of me. I don't want you to be scared of me. I'm a little sick of people being scared of me, of watching them making fools of themselves. But you were brave enough to leave home, so I think you're brave enough to put up with me, Your Grace. Oh, no. No. You don't have to be worried about that. Like I said, it would be in name only. No wedding night activities. You aren't disappointed, are you? Oh, you're so mortified. I'm only joking. Part of you has to be relieved, right? That you don't have to keep running. I mean, what was your plan? You didn't have one, did you? I mean, it doesn't matter now. You're safe. You don't have to run. And listen, if it truly is that bad, then you can desert me once I forged a better reputation for myself. Maybe get married for real, have children, have a normal life. But I have a feeling that you don't want normal. That you'd rather risk it with me than return to your old life. There's nothing for you back home. And truth be told, I think you would have run away even without the forced marriage bit. Coincidence? Fate? It doesn't matter. I think we're both lucky that you decided to run away. And that I found you. Alright. Well, let me get up. You really do need to rest, Your Grace. I won't keep you any longer lest Anthony berate me for interrupting your healing process. Just rest. Let all of this settle in. I'll make sure someone brings you dinner in a little while. Everything will be alright, Your Grace. I promise.